Hello everybody. Good evening. Good Thursday evening to you. Coming from my craft room. Sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. Hope you're well and the week is going well for you. I'm just going to see if I've gone live on my page. Make sure I'm in the right place. Wouldn't want to go live on my personal profile. I think everybody wants to see me making cards. Oh, I won't be a second. I don't know if anybody are around this evening. The sun has been out and it's been a beautiful day. It's a bit cold out there, but it's nice. It's really nice. I went for a nice walk with the dog. We have got some beautiful little newborn goslings on the lake over there. And the swan's still sitting on her big nest with lots of eggs underneath her with her mate by her side building her nest, which is really sweet. I'm watching them. Hi Nikki, how are you? I'm watching them every day when I go for my walk. Yeah, so it's all good here. Hi Philomena, how are you? I just put my glasses on so I can see. There we go. Yeah, so I thought I would make a fun card for you today and show you how to make it. Now I'm going to be using the Magnolia Lane Designer Series paper and I'll show you that in a second. It's retiring from this catalogue when we get a new one. So we've got literally a couple of weeks left. So when it's sold out, it's gone, but it's beautiful. Just thought I'd showcase it for you so you could see it. Okay, so we'll crack on. I'm going to turn the camera over so you can see what we're going to make. Here we go. Ooh, see all the mess. Such a mess. Right, here we go. Got my can of Coke. I feel a minute. Got my can of Coke. Yeah, just had my dinner. Had an early dinner tonight. There we are. Ooh. Sorry, I don't mean to make you seasick. Oh, that was all a bit clunky this evening. There we are. Just moving everything around. There we go. So that's okay. So I'm going to be using this stamp set, but I'll just move it out of the way a minute. I'm going to move you around slightly too, so you can see everything. You don't really want my drink in the shot. Okay, so I made this card earlier in the week. Went on my blog and it was for our 2.6 card challenge as well. I've never made a waterfall card before, so I can't remember making one. I might have made one at a team training event years ago, but haven't made one on my own. So I had a go and I absolutely loved it. Hi Joe, how are you? Hope you're all right. And I've used this gorgeous bird ballad paper and I use the Free as a Bird stamp set that goes with it. And it's quite simple. You literally pull it and then you get this action, which is really cool, isn't it? And then you pop it back up. Really satisfying, and it's actually a lot easier to make than it looks. I made this one for the Inspire Create challenges this week, so you can find that on my blog and lots of other people making these kind of interactive cards. Liz made one using the Ladybird stamp set, and we are using that as a jumping off point for our cards, the design team. And so I went for a waterfall card, so I've not made one before. Oh, I'm glad you're okay, Joe. The only thing with these cards is they're so like, you just want to keep playing, don't you? So I was really surprised at how easy it is to make. And I wanted to show you the Magnolia Lane papers. Thanks, Philomena. So I thought I'd have a go with one with the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set, which is here, and the coordinating papers. So let's pop it out of the way. And I'll show you some of the papers that we've got. Now, I've got a big packet of scraps. Hi, Maureen. Big packet of scraps, the load of scraps of cardstock in, and that's what I've got left of my pack. But I'll show you some of the designs in there. They are absolutely gorgeous. They've got petal pink. Thanks, Joe. And it's got the white with the old olive and petal pink. And then on the back, it's got these lovely stripes. There's lots of designs, but I've literally only got scraps left of this one. I had a team project to make ages ago, so I was left with all of these offcuts, which I will use, but you can see the designs. Now, there's dies that match this stamp set. This is the stamp, and there's dies that cut it out, and it also cuts this paper out as well. And that's a really stunning way to use it. So these are some of the papers you get in this pack. So if you buy a pack, it's 12 by 12. 12 sheets of 12 by 12 double-sided. But these are all the scraps I've got of this one. I've got some whole sheets and I've got some bits and pieces. So just wanted to show them off. So let's pop those away. Okay. There's lots there. So I'm going to show you how to make this card. So hang on to your hats. You might want a pen and a paper if you'd like to write the measurements down of the pieces that we're going to use. You might do, because I promise you it's not hard to make at all. All right then, so I've got all the pieces that we're going to use and I've got little stickies on them to show us what the measurements are. So you'll need a regular card base. I've coordinated my cardstock with my papers and I've got a Whisper White card base, and that's a regular piece. It's A4, scored in half at 10.5 and cut in half at 14.8, 14.9 centimetres, somewhere around there. And then I've got a piece of the designer series paper here, and I've got a piece of petal pink cardstock. So I've got my C6 normal size card, and then I've got a card layer, and that is 10 centimetres by 14.3 centimetres. So I'm going to take that one off. I will be popping this over onto YouTube and it will stay on Facebook for a while, so you can go back and write the measurements down if you want, rewatch it. The designer series paper is 9.5 by 13.8, so it's just half a centimetre smaller on both sides. I'll take that one off. We've got a strip of petal pink cardstock that is 10 centimetres by 2.5 centimetres. We have got 4 little squares of petal pink cardstock, and they are 4.5 centimetres square, and you need 4 of those. So let's move that. Ooh. Oh, actually, no, they're not. They're not 4.5. They are 5 centimetres square, and you need 4 of those. Okay, the petal pink. It's the Whisper White ones that go on the front for stamping. They are 4.5 centimetres square. You need 4 of those too. And then there's one last piece, which is 23 centimetres long, and it's 5 centimetres long. And that's all the pieces you need. So a base, a layer, a piece of designer series paper, 2 long strips, 4 white squares and 4 coloured squares. There we are. That's what we need. This is the fun bit. I've got to remind myself how to do this. I think we'll do the stamping first, because there's a little bit of colouring in as well. Let's move this. Hi, Corinne. Hope you're well. Right, so I'm going to be stamping on these tiny little squares, so I can move the other ones out of the way for a minute, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I've taken just some of the images from this stamp set. I've got the little magnolia there. I've got the leaves. I've got the hello. There's a hello in it. There's a very large, beautiful, big magnolia. We're going to be using that too. What I think I might do is bring in a piece of scrap so that I can make as much mess as I want. Save the planet a bit. There we are. This is the one that I was using when I was preparing earlier. Okay. So I have got Memento ink, because I'm going to be colouring in my images, but it's not a lot of colouring. Just depends. Hi, Jane. It just depends on what you decide to stamp, whether you need to colour it in or if it's coloured stamping already. Okay. Let's do it that way. Just going to bring it in like that. Something's going on in my kitchen. I don't know what it is, so I apologise if there's any noise. So I've got one there. How beautiful is this stamp? I'm going to do 2, but I'm going to do them one that way and one this way around. And I've got the dog in here, as I normally do when I'm doing my Facebook Live. He likes to join in. He's not happy unless he's in here by my feet. So that's those. Excuse me. He's watching someone go by outside. Right, so I've got that one. And then I am going to do this big, large stamp. I am going to ink that one up as well. Hello, Sige. It was lovely seeing you yesterday in the distance like that. There we are. So I'm going to ink it up all over. And I'm just going to use a part of this stamp because it's a tiny little square that I've got. And I'm going to pop it on. And I'm going to try and get it somewhere in the middle so that I can see some of the flower. So I kind of have an idea of what it is I've got going on it. Just stamp that down. And hope for the best. There we go. I can move that one now. Got that one there like that, part of the magnolia that I want. And then on this last one, I'm going to stamp hello. You can put anything you like on there. Like that. I'm going to stamp it in the middle. I really like this font, it's really pretty. And these papers are stunning and I just thought they'd be great for this card. Hello Jen, how are you? I hope you're all right, my lovely. Right, there is hello, and I put the little magnolia leaf just to fill in the white space to make it look, give it some interest. Oh, I have got one more part to the card that I didn't cut out. It's just the inside white layer, but we can do that at the end. So I have just got a couple of alcohol markers here. I've got a dark and a pink petal, a dark and a light petal pink, and I've got a dark and a light old olive. Oh, I'm glad you're well. Right, I'm just going to sit down and colour it in. Can't see the comments on there. I can see the comments on my phone. Right, okay. So let's colour this in very quickly because it's a bit dull for you to sit and watch me colouring in. But it really doesn't take much. I'm using the dark petal pink to start with to create some shading. Very simply like that, using the thin end of the pen, just because that's what I like to do. Sorry, it's a bit squeaky. And then just shade it in, and you can actually leave some of the tips of the magnolia white because that's what it would look like. Just shade it in like that. And then you can use the light, the dark old olive here. If I can get the lid off it, it's stuck. There we are. Just like that. I'll be as quick as I can so I don't have to bore you too much. Just fill that in with a light one. Oh. My arm hurts. There we go. So I hope you've all had a good day. For some reason I can't see your comments at the minute. I can expand this. I'll be as quick as I can. No, I can hear myself if I do that. That's not a good idea. But I can. Oh. Yeah, you missed Tuesday again, Jen. Oh, Izzy's tablet died, did it? Oh, what a shame. That's a nuisance, isn't it? Bless her. Hard enough, isn't it? They have a lot going on, these kids. It's hard for them to understand everything, I think, too. Is that you, Margaret? Hello. Welcome. We are playing with the Magnolia Lane Designer Series papers, which are retiring in this catalogue very shortly. So get them while you can. I had a customer today who wanted something. She'd seen it in the catalogue. She knew it was on the list. She came to order it, but she'd been putting it off and now it's not available. So she was a little bit disappointed. That's hard. So if there's anything that you want, things retiring don't come back. That's the end of the line. Let's make room for all new goodies we've got coming. This one's running out, but I've got another one. I have a few of these petal pinks. There we are. So those are coloured in like that. And then I'll just do the leaves on this one quickly. And then we can get on to assembling our card. The stamp set's going to be available. That's a good thing, isn't it? Like As you can see, I don't do much technical. These pens are quite smelly. Good job you don't have smell-o-vision. Smell these alcohol pens. So have you all got a drink tonight with you? Oh, just press play on there, you don't want to hear that. There we are. So that's that done. Hello, hello, hello. There we are. Okay. There's one more here. I might need to grab the other petal pink pen because that one is running out. I'm going to colour the middle. And literally colour it in like this. You'll see me colour before, I'm sure. It's a really effective way of making a card. It's not too difficult. I mean, you don't have to go to all this colouring in. You can just do stamped images, which would be beautiful if you had coloured ink. Quite therapeutic though. Right, I'm just going to grab the other petal pink that's not running out. I've got a couple of those. There we go. That is not it. That's ivory. But the light isn't so good. Pink Pirouette, that's an old one. Oh, there we are. This one will do. Can I turn that off? Let me see. That's making a rattle. Funny noise. Sorry. Yes, I think I can. There we are. So, what have you all been up to? I've been very busy. I was working yesterday. Prepping for this. This is always fun. I love Thursdays. I get to see all of you guys. It's my niece's birthday today. She's lovely. Right. So, apparently somebody told me that everyone's coming to Watermead Lake to walk around it now, which I completely understand why you would do that. But the car park was rammed and they were even parking on the road. So there we are. It's all gone a bit mad, I think. Oh, there we are. Sorry it took so long to colour in that little image there. There we are. Okay, so we have got 4 little layers and I can stick those on here. So I might as well just go ahead and stick those on. I'll use my snail. No, I'll use my Tombow because it's got a bit more wriggle room. Are you on at 8 o'clock? No, I'm on now, Margaret. 7 o'clock on Thursdays and 10 past... Oh, it's Thursday. It's Thursday. No, I'm on now. I'm on early by accident. Oh my God, I don't know what's the matter with me. My husband said to me earlier, he said, I thought you went like you did it later on a Thursday. I said, no, that's on a Thursday. You clap. I don't know if I knew what time it was. Anyway, I'm early. I'm an hour early. I said, no, I do. It's 7 o'clock on a Thursday, Jim. Honestly, I do apologise, ladies. So, Margaret, I'm here now. I'm not coming back later. I am so sorry. That's so funny. I got my days completely mixed up and decided that I should do it at 7 o'clock. Did I? I think I surprised myself. That's hilarious. I think it might be a better time, actually, to be fair. But honestly... Oh, we'll be done in time to clap then, won't we? Honest to goodness. No wonder my husband was looking at me like I had two heads. He said, I thought you did it later. I said, no, that's a Thursday. Oh, I don't know what I thought I was doing. It's not you, but I'm telling you, honestly, if I'm like this now, when I get a little bit older, what are my chances, girls? I was just so keen to come and see you. I'm so sorry if I've messed you about. Do you know what? And I'm so kind of anal about making sure I do it exactly the same time every week, so that you all know when it might happen. I'm so sorry. How ridiculous. Sarah, can you tell John 2 minutes, please? He's just texted me. Oh, goodness. Literally stupid I am. That should be my middle name today. Okay, so I have put the 4 squares and I have layered them with our little images like so. So I think I'm going to move this piece of distracting. I shall tell you right now what the measurements are. So the white squares are 4.5 centimetres and these petal pink squares are 5 centimetre squares. Oh, bless you, Margaret, you're fine. You're great. I've got no hope. So all the pink squares are 5 centimetre squares and all the white squares are 4.5 centimetres. Okay. Right. And then I've got a piece of that lovely designer series paper, which is 9.5 by 13.8 centimetres. And I've got a piece of petal pink, the same colour as this, and it is 10 by 14.3. Yes. No hope. Right, let's get the snail out. I do like the 7 o'clock though. I think it might work. So Joe, my idea was I was going to teach you how to make this card, and I will, under the description afterwards, I'm going to put the list of all the measurements so that you can see it, because it's actually quite an easy card to make. Let's make sure. So all I'm going to do is layer up my layers. So the DSP on the pink is better for you, that's good. And then I've got a Whisper White card base in a regular size, the normal one I always do. Oh, I think I've got to the end of my snail. Right, well, I'm not going to open my drawer and start looking for my refill. I'm just going to use the Tombow. It's always better like that. You like the magnolia? I love the magnolia. I love it. But I really love these papers. They are gorgeous. So have you all been doing any crafting at all? Anything? What have you been making? I would love to see. Has anyone made anything? I know Jen has. I've seen some Jen's makes. Her beautiful cards. I'd love to see some more. Right, okay, I've got glue everywhere, but it's on. Grand. Now here comes the assembly, and we've got 2 pieces of card here. I am getting well gluey, I'm telling you. Right, okay, so I'm going to leave these as they are, and I'm going to do a little bit of scoring on here so we can assemble it. Put those there. Right. So this piece is, what did I say it was? 23 centimetres long by 5 centimetres. Get the scoring that way. Right, okay. And I've got to score it. I'm going to score it with a long side at the top at 5 centimetres with a scoring blade, not the cutter. And at then 7 centimetres, 9 centimetres, and 11 centimetres. So after you've done the first one at 5, it's every 2 centimetres until you get to 11. So you've got 4 score lines here. Right, let's move this one. and we are going to burnish those. I had my bone folder out already. Here it is. Got caught up in the stamp set. So make some nice sharp creases in that. And then the last one here. Okay. So as you can see, this is what it started off like, and it ends up like this. Right, okay. So your piece is going to look like this, okay, with the scores on the front. I'm going to move this one again. And then you need to stick these on with some double-sided sticky tape. So we're going to put a piece of double-sided sticky underneath the score line of every panel, every section you've done. So where the score is, put a little bit of sticky tape, and so on for all of them. Hi Shirley, I hope you're well. We're making a waterfall card. We're using the Magnolia papers. Okay, so I've got 4 sections with 4 pieces of double-sided tape, and we're going to decide which ones we want where. And I think I'm going to start, oh, depends which way we have it, doesn't it? I think I'm going to start off with this one at the top. So I'm going to take, actually I'll do the bottom first. I think it's easier to see what you're doing. So if I take that off there and put the hello on. So what I want to do is still be able to bend it. So pop that on there like that. And it should be square if you do it right. Oh, thank you. You're very kind. And then I think we're going to put this one on this way round. Do it any way you fancy, really. And the full flower in the middle. I see me making tons of these. You know how when you find something you like to make and then all of a sudden that's it, you make nothing else for ages. And then I'm going to put this one on the top. It's going to go the opposite way to the other one just to add a bit of interest. No other reason. Like that. So you've got this kind of thing. If you can see that like that. And that goes there. Now, on your card, you're going to put this. And this is the same width across as your pink piece of card. It's 10 centimetres across. And we're going to stick it on, and we're going to stick it on using tape to keep it really nice and strong. And we're just going to use a little bit here and a little bit here, so we have free movement through here. I think. That's what I'm going to do anyway. Okay. And just kind of decide where you want it on your card. So roughly about there, just eyeball where you want it. It's all fine. I've got enough room underneath. Like that. Just push it down so you've got this. You can tuck in there. And then this is going to go in here to the bottom. Now, I'll make sure I can remember how the mechanism works. It's funny, isn't it, how you forget? Yes, so we are going to open it up, get this right down at the bottom so it matches nicely with the pink edge, so that it's all nice and tidy. We're going to put a piece of double-sided sticky tape in the middle because this bit is going to stick to it. I hope. I think it is. Let's see. Only one way to find out. I've made a couple. You'd think I'd remember. Stick it down and then you can pull. Oh, nearly. I think I've got it a bit stuck there. Oh, that's it. Just got a bit, needs a bit of looking at. There you are. It might be where I've put the tape. But there you go. How cool is that? I love that. I think I might need to move the tape slightly. Let's have a look. Not sure why. Take it off. And that doesn't matter because it's going to be underneath, right? No, I think that's right. I think it just got a bit stuck. So I might just put the tape a bit further down. Maybe there's glue there. You're all very quiet. Put that on there. Stick it down that way. I got it the right way up. So there's only one way, isn't there? Make sure it's in the middle. Are you all still with me? Oh, there you are. That's better. Still needs to go through the back, but it does. How cool is that? Love that. La la la. Okay, so we've got that like that. And then the only thing I need to do is put something in the middle. So I think I'm just going to stamp in the middle. I'm not going to cut a piece because it's white, so I don't need to. And I'm not going to colour in the flowers. So I could do, shall I show you the one I made earlier? Oh, you're concentrating and trying to, oh, bless you. Well, the video will still be here, so you can go back and pause and rewind. So this one is using exactly the same designer series papers. Exactly the same. The only difference is I've used the olive green for the card base. And I've started to make my card base to pop inside, and I've used that lovely magnolia stamp. And the reason I've put it, I've put it on Whisper White because obviously this is green and I need to be able to write and see it. But I thought if I want to colour in these, I don't want it to go through. So I've got that extra layer. And yeah, this one also. How cool is that? Are you as pleased as me with this? I love this. I'm very happy with this. So I'll just stamp in the middle and we'll be finished. And we will be finished. I might stamp the big one because I've got that on the front, haven't I? I've got to find it. I put it out of the way. Thinking I won't be using that one again. Here we are. I'll find my scrappy bit of paper too. Oh, I hope you've liked making this, or watching me make this, and you might be inspired to have a go at it. And I would love to see your makes, regardless of what it is you make. I would like to see them. So if you could post them on the Inkstampshare customer VIP page, group, I would love to see them. And if anybody wants to join the group, just let me know and I'll pop you in. Love you too. Hi, Maria. Oh, I'm glad. There we are. I'm just going to stamp that one on the top. If we can get a good image. There we are. So beautiful, this stamp, isn't it? So what did we say? We said hello. And then inside I'm going to write thinking of you. How pretty is that font? That is so lovely, isn't it? So thinking of you like that. Let's get rid of all my rubbish. Right. So there we go. That's our waterfall card. So I think you can make this kind of card with anything. anything. I've chose the really simple, easy way and decided to make it with matching stamps and a designer series paper because it matches and it's beautiful and it's easy. And I did it with both of these, and I did it also with the bird ballad one. This paper is also on the retiring list, so if you want it, pop that in your basket. And you can find the link to my shop in the description box if you want some of that. So that's all the design series paper on these cards are retiring, but it'll be there if you want it. But you could make this card with any stamps and paper, but it just makes it easier if it all coordinates. But you could easily, as long as you've got a stamp that has like a little image, you can fit it on. Thank you, ladies. It is the perfect time to send these cards, isn't it? Thinking of you is a really important one. Now, if you would start sharing things that you make with me this week, I have got a lovely pack of this paper. This is the Magnolia Lane that I've been using here. I've got a sealed pack of it, 12 by 12, 12 sheets, double-sided. It's these papers here. Free. And I'll do it as a draw. So if you all post something that you've created into my group, because I love to see what you make, this time next week I'll do a random generator number draw, and whoever wins it can have the papers. Yes, we like to share the love. So I hope you do. And I hope you've enjoyed watching it. And yeah, have a go. Have a go. Yes, the paper's gorgeous, Jo. And thank you for joining me, and I can only apologise about my scatty brain and the fact that I wanted to bring it forward in a whole hour by mistake. I'm so sorry. I think 7's a good time though, so I might keep it to that. All right, ladies, well, you take care. Have a great week. Post your lovely creations. Thanks, Jen. And I will see you Tuesday for coffee and cards. Take care, guys. Bye.